Hello everyone, it's WendyMichelle Thompson. I am happy to have you here on my channel. If this is the first time, welcome. And I am super excited. It is a good day to be me. I tell you what, lately, I haven't been able to say that too much. I've had a lot of sickness, and I'm going to go into this in a detailed video for all of you later on. I have been on YouTube for a little over 10 months, have put up right at 230 videos. I just discovered 2 days ago that, and I'm going to get ready because we're getting ready to go on vacation, so I'm going to talk to you a little bit, guys. Yeah, we gotta get the frizz a little bit under control. My naturally frizzy hair when it's humid. I have this love-hate relationship with my hair. Been just falling out by the handfuls. I mean, seriously. Like, look at this. Breaking off. But anyways, I have found out that many people that were trying to go to my YouTube channel was saying, sorry, this channel does not exist, or this content is unavailable. Now, I've had a few people tell me here and there, oh, I couldn't find you, but they didn't really go into detail. Oh, how I really wish they would had, because of some videos that Marissa Romero, well, she just put up a video just a few days ago. I hope you guys caught it. If you don't know anything about it, I will link that video in my description. But she is actually responding in this video to one of Graham Stephan's videos. I'm like, oh, this is one I need to watch. And I watched it, and I was horrified. And I had this sinking pit in my stomach. I'm like, oh my goodness. Now, in Graham Stephan's part, and I am sure many of you know who he is, I have to be very transparent and say that I really didn't know much about him at all until maybe a month or so ago. And that's because of the wonderful Kelly Stamps. If you have seen my one of my first videos, you know, I always give shout outs to my favorite YouTube creators, whether they make me laugh, they give me something to think about, they teach me. I am constantly watching people that have defied the odds. You know, rare. It's so rare for people to have viral videos. I give huge kudos to people that do make it so quickly. I, on the other hand, boom, fear of the gear. I've talked all about this. You know, you want to start a YouTube channel. You're scared to, for all kinds of reasons, and I have done some funny videos about it. I've had like the mean girl in my head video, which I think still is one of my best videos. And there are some of my videos where, you know, I wasn't reading from the Bible. These ad-lib videos that I do, that's me. that's why I have always loved doing Facebook live streams. And really, Facebook Live, going live to not just your friends list, you have no idea who could jump in there, who could be a troll, a flying monkey, a meanie, a hacker, you know. Really, yeah, that going live thing is really crazy. And that's not something you can edit either. No. Oh, shameless plug. My playlist running in the back of my Time with God series. I very often go through my former videos. Once I put them out there, I watch them again and again and again, a lot of times as I'm doing things like this. Oh, okay, I gotta try to straighten this crazy hair, you know. And I'm like, okay, what can I improve? Of course, you know, you're looking at analytics, you're seeing where people are dropping off and all that. Well, you know, let's get back to my original little story, because you'll find that when I'm multitasking and preparing to go to the beach, and my daughter has her best friend here, they are still sleeping because I have been trying to fix what I had no clue, that my YouTube channel was probably being hidden by the majority of the world. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I set up my account properly. One of my things with starting a YouTube channel, and I actually got 2 YouTube coaches and studied YouTube, studied their material. Between the 2 different coaches, I studied their material and studied YouTube. And there's my beach ambient one. I hope to do some more ambient stuff while we're at the beach. I studied it for 9 months before I posted my first video. And so my very first coach, and there is a video that I am going to put out there for you guys that I think we need to address. There's things we got to talk about, people. Oh my goodness, what is it about everyone in the world? It's everywhere. It's in your Facebook stream. It's in your Facebook ads that you're forced to watch. It's in YouTube ads you're forced to watch. It's everywhere. You can't, unless you're blah, can we get a word out? This is one of those I probably will not edit either, unless there's long pauses or, oh yeah, and I apologize. I'm going to chew my gum. I've got to. Guys, this story is insane. I'm thinking, okay, I have had some really slow growth, and you expect that with the first year. And also with me having a Bible reading playlist, which I consider to be the focus of my YouTube channel, even though my channel is on overall health, your spiritual health, your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health, your sexual health, where you are, with your hormones, and women can relate to that way more than men, and men that, you know, love their wives and their daughters, you know, and there's these poor guys that have all daughters, and you know, all about hormones, and goodness gracious. So, but yeah, whoo-wee, I lost my train of thought. Depending on where you are in life, you know, so I have been doing my best to get those extra types of videos in there. Exercise videos. I tried doing shorts. I'm like, what can I do with shorts? I'm a talker. I love ad-lib. So really, like, reading from the Bible. Now, after a lot of my Bible readings, I will do a commentary. Not on every chapter, but there is some good Bible study stuff. There's things that I tell you that I have learned where I'm showing you how you can apply the Bible to your life with examples I've gone through in my life. So if you're just watching it through a certain part, or say you click on one of my Bible reading videos and you're like, oh, well, this is not my cup of tea for whatever reason. Okay. First of all, I know we are all different, and I am here to serve God, serve other people, but also, too, I'm not going to put something in your face. If there are people that click on, they're like, oh, it's a Bible reading, blah, you know. No, I'm not gonna be like, I'm not one of those people. You know why? I have no right to judge. No one has a right to judge. Only God does. Only God has that right. We all have times in our life where we have to admit, okay, we are probably biased about something. Either the way we were brought up, things that we went through, all our experiences, our nature versus nurture thing. I love when I can throw that psychology degrees in there somewhere. Whoo-wee, man. Depending on where you are in your life, I love doing my fitness videos. I love doing these because I could talk with you and just tell you all the crazy stuff. And this is where you see my ADHD. Because I'll go all over the place. So I'm looking forward to doing live streams on YouTube. And I really do love responding to chat and talking to people real time. Oh, guys, I will tell you, with my very first YouTube coach, and I highly recommend Primal Video. I'm sure you've heard of them. Justin and Mike Brown, they're brothers. Justin is usually the one in front of the camera. Mike is just as involved in that channel. I so love them. They were my very first YouTube coaches, and I would still be part of their coaching thing if my new bank didn't have some kind of weird thing about Australia taking a membership fee out of my account. I had to call my bank and say, yes, this is a debit that is completely legit. They are my YouTube coaches. Please allow this transaction to go through. This went on back and forth for about 4 weeks. Okay, so I finally, and I talked to, you know, someone who does a lot of their email answering, and I talked to Justin during, you know, one of his teaching things, and I've talked to Justin and Mike both in email, and I'm like, I don't know. They would just not allow it, you know, where, oh my gosh, I recently had someone tap into my other bank account. There were all these different charges in a span of 4 days. I have never heard of the companies that these transactions taking money left and right, and they were not purchases being made by me in the United States. So you either have a bank that is like hardcore and it's like, okay, they're watching every little thing and won't let something go through. It's like, okay, even when you're on the phone with them, yes, this is legit, let this go through. And then there's the ones, okay, wow, they're not questioning this at all, and they're not calling me. And then, like, my bank started getting hit with $35 overdraft fees. No. You know, when that happens, hello, I am doing a Facebook Live. Okay. Or not a Facebook Live, really, but a YouTube off the wall thing. What's going on? I wish I could pause this, so I can't.
I just woke up, I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm not talking to myself, I'm talking to the world here.
Yeah, love you.
So, yeah, I was not going to bother you guys because of all this crazy stuff that went down on my YouTube channel. And I'm just now getting a pack.
Okay.
And so, yeah. You guys can chill a little bit, but please make sure you have flip-flops and all your personal toiletries. Cadence, if she's pulled anything out of her suitcase, it goes back in.
Yeah.
You know, you guys, just one cuddly piece.
Yeah.
The least we have to keep up with is better. Make sure you have your bathing suits. You know, just sort of have everything in nice little piles. You know you need something to wear today. And then there's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You have bras, underwear, your bathing suits, socks. You will need things for when it's chilly at night or chilly in the hotel room. Things that are a little dressier if we go out to eat. You know, your typical beach bum clothes like what I have on right now. And you have shoes. See if you can find those black sunglasses, okay? And get food. I love you. Love you, love you, love you. I don't know. That was my dear Zoe. Can you see the green screen? Just hanging back there. But it's just hanging right now, sort of like a curtain over those doors. This is a sunroom. I am completely encased with all natural light. Natural light is good, with the exception of when you have a room that has light coming in from pretty much every angle except for this brick wall behind me. And then there's glass reflection issues. And it makes it really hard to get proper lighting and whatnot. So, yeah. But I set up my account following Justin's tutorial and stuff that he had in the course group that he and his brother offer. And I'm going through the steps, setting up my YouTube account properly, making sure there's a watermark, making sure there's this, making sure things are verified. They have, please guys, make sure if you have a YouTube channel, you're just creating a YouTube channel, that you have a Gmail that is only for you and your YouTube channel. Don't give it to anyone else. Even if you have like a team of people working with you, you have people that you outsource work to, no, don't give it to anyone. It is for the purpose of identifying you and only you. And I know there for a while I had rev.com doing, you know, all the subtitles and stuff. That gets very expensive really, really quickly. And so yes, YouTube does offer captioning, but as you know, it does not always pick up the correct words. It's not gonna, if you say someone's name, it's not gonna spell their name correctly. You know, I've mentioned YouTube creators and they've just like gone and just really messed up their names and whatnot. But yes, that Gmail account is just for you to log in and do your things in YouTube Studio. Make sure your account is secure, and you make other Gmail accounts. For example, if you want your followers to have a way to get in touch with you, maybe they are too shy to put something in the comments. And I encourage people to tell me all the time, hey, if you got something you want to discuss, you don't want to put in the comments for everyone in the world to read, hey, I have one for that. I have one for business inquiries only. Of course, people will use that to hit you up when it says business inquiries only. But two, I'm gonna tell you that it was very perplexing to me how I was just heading this YouTube thing. When I finally got my mind going and got fear out of the way and just hit record, as Sean Cannell says, and yes, I have been and still am in Think Media as well. They were the second group I joined and still belong to that group. I mean, it's pricey, but it's for life, you know. And it's not just Sean giving info, as you well know, because he is just really super well known, probably one of the better known coaches. If you are looking up anything about cameras, what do you use with Android or iPhone, and the different types of equipment that will only work with one of them, editing software, you are going to see Think Media, Sean Cannell, and, you know, the Brown Brothers, Primal Video, all over that. Always. Right there on page 1. And I love Think Media's team. I think The only thing that is hard for me, never getting any sleep and trying to get so much to, done, is Sean's videos are super long. And unfortunately, and he's full of gold nuggets, do not get me wrong, but, and you guys know what I mean, when you're looking up something and you're researching, say for example, are you going to pick the one that says it's 3 hours long or 5 minutes long? It depends, because if you're shopping for something that's super expensive, I am going to research it with different people anyways. As like I said, with the Think Media team, they do more with iPhones, Mac, and Primal Video has information on both. But I love Heather Torres. She has such great stuff to uplift you as a woman. She's a homeschooling mom, and she is like Sean's, like they say, work wife or whatever. Sean's happily married, Heather's happily married, but they make a great team on Think Media. And there's Tony, who does his 5-minute tips. I love those. You can get a 5-minute tip in, I'm like, oh gosh, I know this is full of gold nuggets, Sean, but I can't watch 2-3 hours. So, yeah, there is a lot of times that I will put watch later in my watch later list when I have those free moments to get in things like that. I have joined other coaching groups. I'm like, okay, I really should be growing faster than this. And I know it's not because everyone says, oh, well, this just looks like she's reading from the Bible. They'll have all kinds of different playlists. And like I said, it uncovers our overall health. It tends to resonate more, I'm sure, with women. But I have a lot of males that love those videos. Now, I knew when I did the YouTube shorts, I'm like, okay, what can you really do in 58 seconds or less? What can I put out there? I can be very funny. A lot of times it's sarcastic humor. You're going to either love it or you're going to hate it. People do judge you. We all have to admit, we judge one another. We judge people every day. I find it quite fascinating that typically when we meet people, I believe it's said that we have already made some kind of judgment or decision about who we think that person is in 10 seconds or less. A lot of times we do not give people the opportunity to show us who they are. And I really try not to do that. But I will say too, I am trying really hard to figure out, okay, there's a tech issue and I cannot find exactly what is going on. I don't have 3 hours to watch a Sean Cannell video to figure it out. And if Justin doesn't have something up on it, wow. I mean, I'm Googling it. I am always supporting that Google search bar. I said YouTube and Google. You can find what you're looking for, and don't give up if you don't see it right away. You know how they'll have those little suggestive things come up when you start typing things in? It's all about how people typically word it, and you may be putting in something as a search and word it completely different than how the majority does. So don't think, oh, there's nothing about this subject at all. Well, thankfully, I was finally able to figure out that many of my videos were showing with a lock on them that they were private. No. The only thing that I have locked is, for example, I upload a video that I'm going to post, and then I see, as I'm going through all the back end stuff before you post, where you're putting in your description, your links, you know, all that good stuff. Oh no, how did I not catch that in editing? For example, in one of my Bible readings, I missed a whole paragraph. I have tried very hard to not use music that could have copyright problems, you know, and I have only used music that I have got because I pay for premium KineMaster. I had to start with something uncomplicated with editing and something that works great with an Android phone. I do have a camera now. I don't feel comfortable enough to use it yet, but there will be a day that beautiful Canon will be recording everything. But I tell you what, with what Samsung has out there right now, what iPhone has out there right now, these are great videos. Now, I do not have my mic hooked up. I usually do. I hope the sound is coming through the way it should be. Alright, so not only was there locks on so many of my videos, but people were following my channel link that I sent directly from YouTube, and they were getting, this channel does not exist, or this channel's not available right now. And oh my goodness, when I saw that Marissa thing, I mean, it's scary when you think, okay, what is going on? Have I been hacked? Because people will put stupid stuff in your comments, and they're trying to hack into your account, or they're putting in things that if you push on some kind of link or whatever, that is not you. They are trying to pose as you. They will try, like Graham had these people that were copying him and his image, and it looked like he was spamming all these people's accounts when really no. And they were going to shut down his accounts and telling him it was going to happen the very next day. Graham Stephan with over 3 million subscribers. If that can happen to him, and Marissa was hacked all she got was this email, just like Stefan. Your account has been hacked and deleted. She lost 91,000 subscribers. Boom. Like that. And her channel's gone. It is heartbreaking. And I'm like, okay, there is something going on, because here I am trying to show these different groups I'm in. I belong to quite a few, and I have branched out because I'm like, okay, I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. It's not about the subscribers, but when you're working your tail off and putting out very valuable content out. Now, of course, that's my opinion, but I think workout videos and things that are great for beginners, no matter where you are. You can be someone who's been into fitness your whole life. You can be someone that sits on the couch and eats donuts and pizza, and you're trying to get started. You're someone that's never enjoyed exercise. You know, maybe you were always the last kid picked on a team in school, and you associate exercise with that childhood trauma, you know. I was a great runner. I've always been short, except for when I matured early. And there for a while, I was one of the taller girls in the class and the only one wearing a bra, and that's awkward and hard to go through. Now, that is not so much the case anymore. And I do believe it's because how our food is made and processed, what is fed to our chickens and our cattle and all that. Girls are developing at crazy early rates now. I thought me getting my period at 10 years old was rough. It is happening earlier and earlier, and I'll just say my girls developed early too, and I don't go into anything that's gonna embarrass them online, so I'll leave it at that. But yeah, I'm like, oh my goodness, my content that I have worked so hard on, it's showing up as people that I don't even have a channel. This scared me to death. It put me in a panic. I finally found a video that was helpful, because there's videos that saying, oh, you didn't set your account up right, by getting it verified with an email or quick fix. No. Not me. Not only am I ADHD, but I am so type A. It's like, oh no. When I finally got that YouTube channel up and going, like I said, I'm listening to Justin walk me through it and pausing and setting it up. And he talks a little quickly, in that Australian accent. And, okay, Justin, wait a minute. Whoa, back up. Guys, I am telling you this because if your channel is not growing and you are putting in the work, and then you have people say, oh, I tried to find you. I said, did you copy and paste the link? If it was something a clickable link, yeah. It says your channel does not exist, or sorry, try another time. Well, we're all busy and people mean well, but a lot of times I know I forget too to go back later until something jogs my mind. I'm like, oh yeah. Wow. even my husband, who I knew has seen my content, things he was not seeing on my videos. I'm like, oh, hon, you know, you need those people in your early days of starting your channel that you can count on to always watch your content, give you feedback, you know, good constructive criticism, or, you know, say, hey, I really like how you did this, or, you know, give you some suggestions, you know, or have you tried this, that type of thing. And, you know, that algorithm, they say, oh, subs don't so much matter anymore. Tags don't matter so much anymore. It's more about your watch retention. They want to keep people on the YouTube platform as much as possible, and they like those thumbs up. They understand you're going to have thumbs down too. It's the world, you know. And some people are just going to give you a thumbs down and not give your content even a chance. You know, there's people that are just like that. You know how it is. You never get past junior high, middle school. Some people don't grow up, you know. They'll leave a nasty comment. Or, you know, maybe it's someone that has a grudge, or, you know, they'll do stuff like that. Now, YouTube expects that. They're not going to not push your content out there because you have some thumbs down. So, don't let that be a fear. But I just try to encourage everyone, please, if this content has some value to you, please give it a thumbs up. That is so important. If you can watch it to the end and find it, you know, yeah, the longer you can keep people on there, that's what they're looking at. And is your content marketable? So, you know, if you have a potty mouth, some people can get away with that, and they don't get any slaps on the wrist. Others, you say a bad word one time, you know. Yeah, that's the way the world works. But I'm like, it hit me. I was horrified, guys, just absolutely horrified that my channel, all of this work, and I love every one of my subscribers because I know I did not buy them. They were not forced into hitting it, you know. Todd has, you know, said, hey, my wife has a YouTube channel, check it out. But neither one of us have pushed it. Hey, I would love it if everyone pushed subscribe. And I realize that my straightener's been on so long that it actually has timed out. So, and then there's people, and I've been guilty of this too, they will love your content. They'll watch it. They'll watch it all. It doesn't matter what you're doing. I've had ones like this before that did so well. People want realness. They want the real you. When I am reading through the Bible, I am trying to just really lately concentrate on pronouncing all these names and numbers correctly and whatnot. And I do give commentary, and it is biblical commentary, and I will show or give an example of how I can apply that particular passage to my life whether it was something in the past or something that's going on now, that is when I'll have a commentary. And so it can be just, there's a lot of days where it is just the reading, and it could be a very short one, and you see people falling off in your analytics. I do it for busy people. I realize that there is Audible and all kinds of other ways for people to, there's Bible apps. I wanted to do a reading through the Bible, a real person, that type of thing. So if you're a busy person, you can't carve out the time each day, you can at the very least listen while you're running around trying to get the kids ready for school, you're trying to get ready for work, you're multitasking like I am right now. And I will have to cut this short, and yeah, it's going a little long, but oh my goodness, guys, if you start getting that sinking feeling that, yeah, there is something, your channel really, really should have hit 100 subscribers a long time ago, look into everything. Ask people, hey, is my link working? Can you find me on YouTube? If people tell you that it says 404 error, this channel does not exist, this channel is unavailable, I have not blocked a single soul from my content. The only people that I have done any kind of actions against were spammers. They post something and it sends you to an adult site. No, don't do that. Do not do that. And you don't know, too, and it'll look like they've subscribed to you and you're excited you have another subscriber, and then you look in the comments and there's just all kinds of weird looking and whatnot. Don't ever click on it, because you don't know if they are trying to get into your account and steal it and do something like steal Graham Stephan's image and make it look like, he is spamming these people's accounts. No, he has done everything the legit right way. I use KineMaster. I have only used the music that because I am a premium member, I can use that music. I don't have to worry about it. Guess what? 2 of my videos, right after them going up, said there's a, it's a different type of strike. They're saying, oh, you can't use this song. And I'm like, KineMaster is a great app. And I say, if you're filming with an Android phone and you are tech challenged and you're not ready to hit Adobe and all those other great ones yet, it is a great one to learn on, and you have music built in. Yes, there's the YouTube Studio library where you can get some sounds and music. I kept looking at it and I just couldn't find anything for me. So since I'm recording on my phone, I like having my KineMaster editor on my phone. I do everything on my phone, and then I send it to my account on my computer. I do the rest there. I have default settings. I have certain templates set up. You're going to have different tags on a Bible playlist than you are on a fitness channel. This will have a different description than, of course, any of the other videos, that type of thing. This is like a getting ready with me. Wendy's telling you a story. I am cautioning you as a YouTube creator. I have promised my viewers from day one that as I grow and learn, I will teach you the things that I go through so that you don't make those same mistakes. Don't go almost a year into really putting your heart, soul, passion, serving people the best you can, and not question why you only have 61 subscribers. And I just kept thinking to myself, well, I guess maybe the algorithm's confused because, oh, okay, is it because there's, you know, Christian content, and then there's workouts, and then there's like ladies chat, and there's fun, goofy stuff like the Super Song Challenge with my daughter, or where I like to highlight my favorite YouTube creators like Haley Reese and Kelly Stamps, and Graham Stephan now has added to that, and that is no kissing butt. I tell you what, him putting up that video, and Marissa, you know, I am like plugged into her, man. She puts up good, researched ways of you making money from home. Everybody has been through this COVID thing together. Not all of us have been able to keep our regular working hours, have lost work, have to be at home because all of a sudden everybody's homeschooling their kids. Her and Kat Theo are great. I highly suggest you check them out. Oh, there's so many good ones. So many good ones. But I'm going to tell you guys, please be careful with the coaches thing too. Like I'm saying, it is everywhere. Everybody thinks they're an expert. And a word of huge caution. No, you do not have to pay $997 to have a good YouTube teaching group or coach. No. If you have the money and you know for sure that that coach is good, then great. That was husband checking on me because, like I said, we're getting ready for the beach. So there are some people out there that charge way more than that. Guys, you don't need that. You do not need that. If you have the money to spend, great. That's fine. Most people don't. And I know in the beginning, when you don't know any better, and you see it in your Facebook and in your Instagram, everybody's an expert at something. Why is everybody trying to sell you something? Not everybody is a coach. Despite the coaching groups that are out there to teach you to be a coach, I have all kinds of thoughts and feelings about that. That will be another video. You guys, I highly apologize if you have tried looking at my content and have not been able to find it. And you think, or you know me personally, well, Wendy's a liar. She says she has this YouTube channel and she's got all this content up. No, I am not blocking anyone. Yes, I very much have a YouTube channel. As you can see, it's just sort of playing right now in the background. Because what I really want to do is sing. And of course, I don't think I get a copyright strike doing my own version of singing my favorite songs. I don't know. I try to be so careful. But I got one of those ID things from 2 songs that KineMaster had on their approved music list for you to use. And I wrote back right away. I'm like, no, this is from KineMaster. They know KineMaster is a good app, blah, blah, blah. And they were like classical songs, but they were, from what I could tell, because I was a premium user, those songs are still being shown on KineMaster that you can use. I try to stay away from anything like that that's classical now, just because I've had that happen twice, and you have to pretty much just redo the whole video. Who has time for that? Anyway, guys, so I'm gonna get a lot of b-rolls, some more ambient beach stuff. I have so much I want to talk to you about. So much. There is going to be some stuff and other sides of me that a lot of you have not seen yet. If you haven't been able to relate to my Bible content, that's okay. If you haven't been able to relate to the fitness stuff, that's okay. I just ask you give my nursing content. If you're an aspiring nursing student, I am gonna give you the real deal, what it's like to apply for nursing school, what to expect. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It doesn't do you any good, and it's free. It's not anything you have to pay for. Now, I am not saying that everyone that says, hey, click on this and get my PDF on this is a scammer. No, they are legit. There are some wonderful things that creators have done. There's so much more to a YouTube channel than you can even imagine. And they have put that work together for you. A lot of times they'll offer free PDFs that you can download. You know, just don't use their stuff. You know, some people like Cathrin Manning, she's like, hey, when you buy it, you can copy it exactly, you know, if you don't know how to word it or whatever. But also, too, she has a lawyer. You've got to be so careful, because how you use other people's content, even if you have bought that course or that ebook, there's all kinds of YouTube regulations, and I just say always err on the safe side. But I will tell you guys, ta-da, the big story that I was going to tell you, besides, hey, make sure that your YouTube account exists. So I'm hoping I'm going to see a big difference in my subscriber rate. And there is nothing wrong with having 1 subscriber, and it slowly grows to 2. It slowly goes to 3. You have 10. You know, I know that those people truly wanted to hit subscribe. They are liking my content. They are true, loyal viewers. Because I tell you what, guys, if you fall for any of these scams where you are doing a sub for sub, stay away from that. That does you no good. It may increase your count shortly, but when it comes time for monetization, and not only do you have to have a certain amount of subscribers, but you have to have 4,000 watch hours, you better believe me, YouTube, before you are monetized, is gonna go through your account and see if you've got bots and, fake people. Don't try to set up any kind of fishy additional Gmail addresses for viewers. No, every viewer I have is there. They're for real. They were organically grown. They like my content. They may not watch all my kinds of different content. They may not get the chance to watch everything all the way through. But I know they like my content. And I just knew with what I was putting out there, yeah, there's going to be people that don't resonate with me. They say, oh, I don't even like the way you look. That's just how people are. I don't like your accent. Or, I can't understand you. I've clicked on videos hoping for help, and it's some guy that is talking so quickly with a heavy Indian accent, or they just do those little click things where they're not talking. I hate those. I click off of them. I've got to have somebody say, this is what you do. Click here. It's going to be over here in the left-hand column. Click on this. Then you go to advanced settings. I need that. Tech challenge. And I want to make sure I'm doing it right. Guys, I love you. I'm going to be popping in. I'm going to be trying to make lots of B-roll. We're going to enjoy our time at the beach. I hope you all have a blessed day, a blessed week. More power to each one of you that are out there trying to build this YouTube business. It's crazy, guys. There is just so much that we're so used to being told, oh, you're doing something wrong. Change something. Change your thumbnail. Change your title. I've been so conditioned to hearing that I've been doing all of that. Trying different coaches. Seeing if they have insight that the others didn't, Of course, I have belonged to Alan Parr because he is a pastor, and the people that are in that group are also Christian creators. It was important for me to also learn from one of his courses, Bible study, and not only reading it to you guys, but being able to talk about the Bible and what it says and what it means and how it does apply to your life now. And what does God think about Christians that have tattoos and whatever else, and why does God allow suffering, and why does he allow things to happen to good people? Well, there are some very definitive answers in the Bible. There's some things that really you can do a very huge in-depth study. There will be, you have a good concordance, a good program like Logos or whatever. There are some things we will not know until we meet God. Everybody can fuss and fight about what Revelations is all about. It hasn't happened yet. God does tell you. He gives you a guide of what to expect and what will happen. And we know God wins. Satan may be winning some battles, but don't you worry, God. My godly people. You know, God wins. It's all been put forth, starting with Genesis 1. The Trinity are right there, all together in the beginning. The sin coming into the world, God knew it was all going to happen. He knew we were going to need a Savior. That was the only way that was going to bridge us so that we could have a personal relationship with God and have the Holy Spirit. So many people don't understand. Well, I just really don't understand the Holy Spirit. I don't understand. What's the deal about people talking in tongues, you know? Let's talk about that kind of stuff. I love you guys. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off for now. I will see you soon. Thank you, as always, for your support. Hopefully, people will see, yes, I have a YouTube channel. Pray with me, guys, that I'm putting consistent stuff out there. I mean, there's been times I put out 3 or 4 videos a day, and I did that for a while, for a long time, to where I couldn't do it anymore. And my health's had a rough time, but I just do what I can do. That's all we can do, with the help of God. Believe in yourself. Keep going. Keep trying. Don't just think, oh, I'm doing something wrong. Investigate. And when you see reputable people like Marissa and Graham say, YouTube's shutting my channel down, that type of video is scary. It is a must watch. I am going into my laptop as I have time and seeing which ones have been locked off to the world, which ones, like, I'm having, thankfully, all my subscribers were still there after I went through the painful process of having to do what I did to find out what was going on and get things going. Not everything's been checked off yet. I had been awake for 3 days. So that's why I'm just now packing the day of. We're going to the beach. I better get going. But guys, yeah, it really, don't kick yourself and quit. It's really not always something that you have to fix. There it be something corrupt in the YouTube thing. And the algorithm is not always going to give you the answer. YouTube support is not always going to give you the answer. TubeBuddy is not always going to give you the answer. vidIQ is not always going to give you the answer. They try their best. And I know for sure that Rob on vidIQ, he tells you like it is, you know. I love him. When there's any kind of YouTube changes in policy and there's controversy, I mean, he's telling you and telling you why. Yeah. Guys, don't sign up for any expensive coaching on anything, regardless of what platform you find it on or see it in ads somewhere while you're just on your computer listening to your favorite songs or whatever. A lot of times you can find the information for free. No one really, in my opinion, should be charging $997 for a course, especially if it's super short-lived. If it's not a lifetime membership, or stay away from those. I've had some good coaches that have very short programs that do charge that, and they will want you to pay more for this and that. No, I have some problems with that too. And the thing also is, not everyone, unfortunately, is authentic in telling you the absolute truth about everything. Hang in there for my false prophet coaches video. I love you guys. God bless your today and all your tomorrows. See you soon. Peace out.